Off in mute mode. So hello everyone. So up to now we were discussed the mass transistor operation and what are the different conditions involved in mass transistor, and also what is meant by IDS and VDS relationship between uh, drain to source current and drain to source voltage. So in today's class, we will discuss the transconductance of the MOS transistor. So in this MOS transistor transconductance, so this transconductance expresses the relationship between output current IDS and input voltage VGS, input voltage VGS. So that will be given in the equation form that a MOS transistor transconductance. So that will be denoted in the simple format a small gm. So this gm is equal to changes of, that means variation of IDS divided by variation of VGS. So that variation will be indicated in terms of delta or dollar, whatever the form. So it is the ratio. The MOS transistor transconductance is it is the ratio of variation of drain to source current and gate to source voltage. So at the time, whenever we are calculating the transconductance of the device at that instant, so we have to take VDS is equal to constant. So now we have to consider that the charge in the channel QC is IDS is equal to QC by tau. So from that IDS versus VDS relationship, so already that IDS is equal to the charge in the channel by electron transit time. That is the charge in the channel is denoted in a QC, and that electronic transit time is denoted with tau. So from that equation, so we have to rewrite that equation in terms of tau, that is equal to QC by IDS. So QC by tau is equal to QC by IDS. So then the tau ds is equal to, so the tau is also formed in between the drain to source terminal. The electron transit time from the drain to source terminal is equal to QC by IDS, that is current in between the drain to source terminals. So where tau ds is where tau ds is nothing but transit time between the drain to source voltage, and the change in current, that is nothing but delta IDS. So that will be rewrite in the equation of delta IDS is equal to, that means whatever the changing in drain to source current IDS is equal to, so that will be that IDS current will be denoted in terms of the ratio of change in the uh, change in charge voltage of the channel, whatever the variation of the charge in the channel, that will be inversely proportional to the tau ds. That means electron transit time tau ds, tau ds. So tau ds is nothing but from IDS versus VDS. We know that tau ds is equal to L square by mu into VDS, mu into VDS. So we have to substitute the tau ds in IDS equation, so that IDS will become delta QC by L square by mu into VDS, mu into VDS. So that delta IDS, whenever we have to uh, rearrange that equation, so that uh, denominator factor will multiply with above factor, that is numerator, that will be multiplied with numerator factor. So that will be that equation will be uh, be- rea- that equation will arrange it in the format of delta IDS is equal to mu into VDS delta QC by L square. So we have to apply in place of delta QC is equal to CZ into delta VGS. That means gate capacitance into delta VGS. Then the delta IDS is equal to CZ into delta VGS mu into VDS by L square. So here we have some common factors in the numerator and the denominator. So that will be delta VGS and delta VGS will be calculated, and the resultant MOS transistor transconductance is GM is equal to CZ into mu into VDS by L square. So this is the transconductance for if the MOS transistor will be operated in non-saturated region. So then the transconductance of the device is equal to CZ into mu into VDS by L square. So in case of that device, the MOS device will be operated in case of saturation region. So at the time the VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. VGS minus VT. So and we can also consider the CG is equal to gate capacitance. CG is equal to epsilon naught W by L D. So these are whenever the device will be operated in a saturated mode. So at the time we have to consider VDS is equal to VGS minus VT, and the CG is equal to epsilon naught WL by D. So these values, whatever VDS and CG value will be substitute in the above equation, that is GM equation. So GM is equal to, in place of CG we have to substitute epsilon naught W by L and DL square, and that will be in terms of VGS minus VT by mu. Whenever we are substituting and we have to minimize our different components, then the GM is equal to the GM equation will become epsilon naught WL by DL square into VGS minus VT into mu. So here in numerator we have L and the denominator L square. So the L and L will be cancelled. So finally we get the transconductance equation. Mass transistor conduction is equal to GM is equal to epsilon naught W by L into D VGS minus VT into mu. So GM is equal to when we have to calculate that whatever the insulating relative permittivity and epsilon naught and different width and length and the diffusion. So when we consider the electron mobility with the concentrations is equal to beta term, a constant term, then finally the transconductance will become GM is equal to beta into VGS minus VT. Beta into VGS minus VT. So from this MOS transconductance, what we can finalize means, so what we can analyze. So here, whenever the MOS conductance is vary, so it is possible to increase the transconductance of MOS device by increasing its width and width, increasing its width, and also increases the input capacitance and area. So whenever we increase the transconductance, increases the transconductance of the MOS device. So parallelly that will be increases the area of the chip. The area is also increases, and the input capacitance is also increases, and width of the channel is also increases. Width of the channel is also increases. So that is one of the factors depends on the MOS transistor transconductance. MOS transistor transconductance. So next we will see what is meant by body effect. Next we will see the concept of body effect. So this body effect, so we have to consider. So this MOS device will be operated on so many voltages. Those are nothing but threshold voltage and the substrate voltage and the VDS voltage and the VGS voltage. So whenever in case of the VGS is increases, so then the VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. In case of the non-saturation, so when VDS is greater than or equal to VGS minus VT, when the MOS device will operate in saturation region. So at the time the IDS is equal to constant. That means the drain to source current is constant. But here body effect means for example, we can consider with a practical example. So our the temperature of our human body will different from one person to another person, one person to another person. That means somebody have 98 or somebody have 97.5 or somebody have 96 uh, 96 degrees Fahrenheit, so and so. So in the same way, so this MOS devices will also have different type of body effects. So that will be that body effect may depends on the threshold voltage. Threshold voltage. So whatever this threshold voltage will be depends on substrate voltage. Substrate voltage. So here the source to substrate voltage will be called in the short form that will be called it as VSB. VSB, the source to substrate voltage. In terms of, we can in the short form we can call it as VSB. So that will be calculated vertically in case of the MOS transistor, and that will be the substrate voltage. For example, we have to consider two NMOS devices, two NMOS devices. So for those devices, for two devices, there will be different substrate voltages, different substrate voltages. For example, consider for first NMOS transistor that VSB1 is equal to 0, and the second NMOS transistor, this VSB2 is not equal to 0, is not is equal to 0. Uh, from this point, what I am saying is, so here whatever we are considering the two same devices, but this source to substrate voltage will be varied from one device to another device, from one device to another device. So in this case, so VSP 1 is equal to 0 and VSP is not equal to 0. So it means that the VSB 2 and VSP 1 are not same for the same devices, the same for the devices. So this variation of source to substrate voltage causes variation in threshold voltages. So due to this variation of source to substrate voltage from for the same devices, so the variation in source to substrate voltages causes the variation in threshold voltage. That means whenever we are using the same devices, whenever we are using the same devices, that source to substrate voltage will be vary from one device to another device. So due to the variation of source to substrate voltage, that threshold voltage is also varies. The threshold voltage is also varies from one device to another device. So for example, we are considering the two type N type devices, but the threshold voltage will vary from one device to another device, one device to another device. So this variation of threshold voltage is called as a body effect of the MOS device. The variation of the threshold voltage is called as a body effect of the MOS device. So that is meant by body effect of a MOS device. Body effect of a MOS device. So the body effect may also be taken into account since the substrate may be biased with respect to the source. That means, so if we are increasing VSP or decreasing VSP, so that causes the channel to be depleted of charge carriers, and thus the threshold voltage is raised. So the variation of the threshold voltage will vary from one point to another point for the same devices. So this variation of threshold voltage will causes some body effect. Body effect will be created within the mass device. Mass device. So that is about uh, mass transistor conductance and um, so we have a figure of merit. So figure of merit is also that is equal to some of the frequency response of the mass device. So that will be denoted in terms of double naught is gm by cz, that is equal to mu by l square vgs minus vt, and that will be equal to 1 by tau st, 1 by tau st. So here the pass transistor is nothing but whenever the inputs A into B C is logic one, then that will be equal to the X is equal to VDD into VD. So whenever the three transistors in on condition, so that type of that will be that at that moment that will be operates like as a closed switch from VDD2 to X, VDD to X. So we can call it as that type of arrangement. We can call it as pass transistor logic. So already we seen CMOS inverter, and here we have the NMOS inverter. We have another inverter, NMOS inverter. So in case of the CMOS inverter, we are used in pull up and the pull down cases, both the p type transistor and the n type transistor. So but in case the NMOS transistor, so we have to use in upper parties we have to use depletion mode n type transistor, and in bottom bottom of the circuit we have to use uh, pull pull down design. That means whatever we have to use only n type pull down transistor, n type pull down. So in case of the NMOS transistor, we have to use both the depletion type transistor and also in this case enhancement type n type transistor. So we are using the same type of devices, but the mode of the device mode of operation will be changes in NMOS inverter. So in case the CMOS inverter, so complementary metal oxide semiconductor, we have to use two different type of MOS transistor, two different types of MOS transistors. One is the PMOS transistor and another one is NMOS transistor. Another one is NMOS transistor. But here we have to use in NMOS inverter we have to use both the depletion and the enhancement mode transistors. Clear? So here the operation will be depends on vin. So in case depletion mode transistor means, so in this depletion mode always exists the channel, always exists the channel with respect of the input voltage. So here the gate terminal will be combined with source terminal of the n-type transistor, n-type depletion mode transistor. That means here we are shorted the gate terminal with the with same type of device. So that's why the entire operation will be depends on Vin. So at the upper side we have to apply the VDD voltage, and at the bottom side we have to apply a ground voltage. So here we have two cases. Whenever the Vin is equal to 0, Vin is equal to 0, so at the time, so there is no channel formation in enhanced type. That means whatever uh, bottom bottom side bottom side of the circuit. So here we simply it will be acts like as a open circuit. So whenever the Vin is equal to 0, this enhancement mode transistor will acts like as a open circuit, and that will be depletion mode transistor. That means upper part of the circuit will be acts like as a closed switch, but the output will be high. So that means in case one, when the V is equal to V in is equal to 0, so at the time V out is equal to 1. V out is equal to 1. So next second case, so if we are changing the input voltage, V in is equal to high, Vin is equal to high voltage. So that at the time, uh, whatever that means the channel formation will be started in the enhancement mode transistor. So due to the channel formation, it will be acts like as a closed. It will be acts like as a closed switch, and that will be at that case. This entire circuit will be connected to the ground. Uh, Connected to the ground, so that at the time it will completely pull down the logic, pull down the V out logic. So if the V in is equal to 1, V out is equal to 0. So this combination of depletion mode transistor and enhancement mode transistor will works like as a inverter, a basic inverter. So why we are calling inverter means, so here input is equal to 0. So at the time we get the output as output voltage is equal to high. So when the input is equal to 1, so we get at the output 0 voltage. So this is the basic property of the inverter. So that will also implemented with a NMOS inverter technology, NMOS. So here the remembering difference between the CMOS inverter and NMOS inverter is, in case of CMOS inverter, we are using two different type of MOS transistors. That means one is the PMOS and another one is NMOS. But in case NMOS, we are using the same devices. That means same type of MOS transistors. But here we are using different modes of transistor. That means in upper part we are using depletion mode transistor, and down part we have to use uh, enhancement mode transistor. So that is the main difference between CMOS inverter and the NMOS inverter. So this is about today's class. So we will continue the remaining topics in next class. We will continue the remaining topics in next class. Thank you.